This game has problems. Please, Sumo Digital, listen, go back to the basis. Team Sonic Racing is totally inferior to the predecessor, Sonic All-Stars Racing Trasnformed. And that's the thing that made me buy it just a year later of its release. It was the first time I didn't get excited for a Sonic racing game. I won't be so rude just talking about the flaws. I see there are good points in the game, but still not the same quality I got used it from the second racing title. But first, I must clarify something important. The footage I got from this game is garbage, because my PC is unable to record footage of some games with no lag sometimes. My PC runs my games pretty well, but recording and play is a problem sometimes. The footage I'm using has problems with quality, you guys can notice the lags on screen, but when I'm not recording, the game runs pretty well, so if you wanna see a better footage of the game, other people on YouTube have it. So let me go directly to the issues I noticed. My video also can't take too long. Problem number 1. This game has no speed at all. Seriously, I noticed it when I tried the extra boost in the beginning of the race. No, it's not a problem of performance. I put the graphics in the low level as possible and I didn't find any difference. It's still inferior. It was in my face even more when I played Oceanville, an original level from Transformed. So when I started the racetrack driving to the first ramp in the beginning of the stage, the car doesn't jump in result of the speed like in the original. In the original we can make 2 flips in the air just in the normal speed, or 3 flips using boost before the ramp. Here we can make just 1 if we still have timing to do it. Nah, that's a shame. Also, I noticed that the boost pads, am I right calling them boost pads? Okay, whatever. They don't work properly like it used to be transformed. I don't feel impulse in both speed and animation of the cars. Maybe it's the camera that got too attached to them and I don't like it. And in Transformed, when I take hit upon a boost pad, many times my car still can use the boost if there is still timing to it. It's a surprise element that makes the game fun and articulated. Even when I'm crashing my car in a wall, I still can use the drift boost, depending on the timing and impact of the action. These things make Transformed's mechanics perfect, but in Team Sonic Racing, they are gone. But I also understood why they decided to do it. They knew if they put the same speed from Transformed in this game, people would realize how much small this game is. What leads us to the problem number 2, lack of content. I don't like the way they organized things in this game. They practically flopped it ugly. They decided to follow the same path from the first racing title. They brought to us 7 teams for the levels and each team has 3 racetracks, but 3 of them are clones from the first racing title. This is something I didn't like in the first one when comparing to the second one, because I feel like I'm stuck and not having progress at all. It feels like I'm driving in circles looking at the same tree all the time. And when they formed the GP Cups, they decided to repeat 2 racetracks from the other cups. Tell me it's a joke. Tell me. In Transformed we also had 5 GP Cups, but the levels don't repeat themselves. We are always looking at something new while in progress, and the levels change making the replay factor increase. I also noticed that in Team Sonic Racing, we don't have the effect of the sun in our face anymore. It was a gorgeous thing in Transformed. Another problem for me is the customization of the cars. That's bad, and I see it is part of the problems I mentioned about the speed of this game. I remember I asked for this in Takashi Iizuka's Facebook page, but now I regret it. Look at Tails in this game. Tails is a pussy! No, not that I don't like FTM transgenders, I like a lot. But seriously, for the love of God, make Tails great again. It's so cool to play with Tails in Transformed. There he is fast as Sonic, but here they made his handling super exaggerated. Playing with him is terrible. Everybody passed me and in the middle of the racetrack, I'm still in the ass position. I really want Sumo Digital to bring back the different modes to control our cars. Standard, acceleration, handling, boost, and special modes must return. The nostalgia with these special modes was great. All of that made me feel like Transformed was like a party on my screen. That leads to the problem number 3. This game doesn't feel exciting. I remember really well my first time playing Sonic All-Stars Racing Trasnformed. Looking at that visuals of the menus with those floating islands, the title theme song that before was a kind of simple rock song, now is updated to an energetic electronic song, The speaker now has his voice well balanced between organic and robotic, the background with great visuals of the skies, and many characters, not just from the Sonic franchise, but from other Sega games. That was a party. That game felt like a huge celebration between those characters. The first one already had this vibe, but in Transformed it was intensified. This is what I miss in Team Sonic Racing. It's not a party. The other two Racing Sonic games from Sumo Digital have this feeling, but Team Sonic Racing starts with a rock song that is not exciting at all. If you compare the action between the CG intro from the three games, you'll notice that Transformed has the best CG intro between them. Even the first one is better than this one from Team Sonic Racing. Guys, seriously, it's not great. What's happening with Sumo Digital? I was expecting much more from them since I had that amazing experience with their second title. Problem number 4. Voice acting and animation. In the two past games, we had the characters celebrating their victory after the races. Now what we got? Nothing. They also don't have animation while driving. They don't tease each other anymore. We only listen them talking, but it sounds like there are other people in another room of my house having a chat. There is no visual reaction to fit them. The voice acting in the race sounds off because they don't react to the camera or make any movement to make us believe they are alive in that world. People used to say the speakers from the past games were annoying. I don't believe it. I really like the speaker from the second game. For me, he's the best. Annoying for me is playing this game with the characters speaking lines as phantoms while they are all frozen in their cars. Racing games are not real life, it's fantasy. You can do anything, even texting while driving. Make us believe in this fantasy. Well, time to tell what I liked in this game, cause there are little positive things that could be implemented in a Sonic and All-Stars Racing Trasnformed 2. I liked the music. I still think the price of this game is covering the music, not the game itself. But I must say something. Please, make things go back to the standard of Transformed. I don't like the fact that a NES VST was used to make some songs in this game. Seriously, it's not a Nintendo game. It's a Sega game. I'm playing a Sega game. Don't do it again. Please, if you wanna go full retro, use Genesis VSTs. The team mode is good. I must admit, I didn't like the idea in the first time, but after testing, it was fine. I just don't like the fact that they just get speed when the cars are next to each other or when one of them pass through their trail. This frustrates me a lot, but I'm looking forward to have this mode in a true high-speed racing game like Transformed. It would be really great. Now, the Wisps. Yeah, I liked the implementation of them, but still not as great as the weapons in the previous game. I find difficult to target my opponents and they aren't fast enough. Two things that bothers me more about them is that when I receive 3 white wisps, I can't use them all at once to get a high speed like in Transformed. It's frustrating. And the other thing is that there are wisps exclusive just to certain types of characters. Really? Okay, now that I already talked about everything I wanted to say about this game, I'd like to suggest some ideas for Sumo Digital. Please, if possible, do the things I'm going to say. Make the next Sonic racing game use the engine and the mechanics from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Trasnformed. That game is fast, well designed and exciting. There I can feel speed. Please don't use just Sonic characters. It's not okay for me and it wasn't okay to many other people who got baffled with the news of the absence of the other Sega characters in this game. I didn't like the way Sumo Digital chose to make the characters talk so much without any body language to express what they want to mean. But it wouldn't be a bad idea if they could improve it and hire voice actors to make new lines to the other Sega characters. I remember really well everybody was begging for new voice lines and not recycled ones. I noticed that characters like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Knights, Riala and Alex Kidd got new voice lines, but other ones like Ulala and Pudding had their voices recycled. That's bad. Record new voice lines to all of them like you did in Team Sonic Racing Sumo. Do it. This would be way more exciting. Don't record just 5 voice lines for one character to interact to each of their opponents. Record at least 30 voice lines of interaction of one character to each one of them. It won't make them sound repetitive, because I have this problem playing the story mode of Team Sonic Racing. It's awful. You don't need to make a story for them. It's a party game. Make it feels like a party. Nothing needs to make sense here. It's fantasy. Ah yeah, please don't forget. Body language. Don't make them frozen their cars. Please, don't do it. Bring to us the victory pose of the character's back. Transformed made it pretty well. Also, I have an idea that might be controversial, but I'd love to see classic Sonic driving a replica of his car in Sonic Drift 2. As the same they did with Tails in the second game, if they could add Mighty and Ray either, I would be satisfied a lot. And no, these classic characters don't need voice acting if they don't wanna use the original Japanese voices in Sega Sonic. Or even better, call Capcom to license Mega Man to be in this game. All Sonic fans want to see Mega Man and Sonic together again, but in this time in a video game. A racing game would be perfect. Now, my last demand. Please bring us 5 brand new GP Cups and 3 classic cups with their parts reimagined and adding new paths taking advantage of the transformation of the cars. We need transformation of boats and airplanes back. This will bring to us more sense of action and surprise elements to not make the game repetitive and boring. We need more content in the next game. If comparing Transformed with Mario Kart 8 nowadays, Mario Kart 8 is better for the number of racetracks it has. I wanna have more time of fun. So that's it for now. If anyone from Sumo is watching this video, I say thanks. And please go back to the basics. And make Tails great again. So this is the end, guys. My next video I'll talk about this. So thanks a lot, until next time, bye bye.